At least 6% of Chinese people speak this kind of dialect. The other 94% of Chinese people, however, say that. Even though it's written in Chinese characters, most of them still can't understand it when it's spoken. They are a group of Cantonese speakers living in the Lingnan region because they were centered around the Guangzhou prefecture during the Ming and Qing dynasties. They are known as the Guangfu people and are also affectionately called Old Guang. So what makes them different? Although their language might be hard to understand, they have used their cuisine to conquer the taste buds of the entire nation. They've used their business acumen to capture the national market and used their open-minded philosophy to lead the nation's culture. Where did they come from? And how did they influence China? If you could travel freely through time and space, you would see some incredible scenes. Everyone, let's have some tea first. This person speaking so passionately in the tea house is no stranger to you. He is Liang Qichao. If the youth are strong, the nation is strong. If the youth are free, the nation is free. Looking outside, a lady with captivating eyes. It's none other than the grandmother of Cantonese opera, Hong Xiannu. In the private room next door, a young man has just signed a major deal. He would later become the business legend Henry Fok. Toishi snake soup, braised pomelo pith with shrimp roe, Toishi vegetarian goose. It's the gourmet god of Guangzhou, Zhang Kongyan, showcasing his signature skills. But it was this same refined Epicurean who, when the Qing government was suppressing the revolutionary movement, bravely took on the risk to help arrange the burial of the 72 martyrs of the Huanghuagang uprising in Guangzhou, a heroic deed for the ages. To think that so many heroes and great figures came from a humble tea house, and beyond its walls, it's a world of crouching tigers and hidden dragons. A lion leaps into the air. Beneath the lion costume is none other than the martial arts master Wang Fei Hung. Perhaps even IP Man and Bruce Lee are there. And this group of lion dancers could also defend their homeland. In the past, there was Naval Admiral Deng Xijiang, who fearlessly rammed an enemy ship. Later, there was the 19th Route Army, which fought a bloody battle in Shanghai. On the river, this row of muscular men might be landlords, or they might be handsome young guys. They are all about to become the hope of their entire village, welcoming a battle for glory, dragon boat racing. On the riverbank, a young painter, Guan Shenyu, is quietly sketching the landscape. He never imagined that many years later, he would participate in creating the masterpiece, this land so rich in beauty, which hangs in the Great Hall of the People. Walking through the streets and alleys, you can still see the younger versions of Su Bingshan, Fan Zhendong, Andy Lau, Eason Chen, Maggie Cheung, and Liang Wenfeng. They will all become leaders in their fields. Why does this group of people produce so much talent? Why is it that every one of them can live a life full of flavor, while also forging a magnificent destiny for themselves? The answer, perhaps, lies in their origins. One person sits in the center, flanked by two men with swords drawn, ready to fight, while surrounding soldiers eagerly await the action. A fine depiction of Liu Bei crossing the river to meet his bride. Zoom out, and you'll see this is just one small corner of a roof ridge. This is Guangzhou's Chen clan Ancestral Hall. 1,109 figures from all walks of operatic life are placed upon it, depicting historical tales and clever puns, leaping across the flying eaves. What kind of experience, exactly, would lead people to pour so much heart and soul into an ancestral hall? It was over 1,000 years of arduous migration in order to escape the flames of war. Starting from the Qin dynasty, a continuous stream of people from the Central Plains crossed the Yangtze River, scaled the 5 ridges in search of a peaceful land, and rebuilt their homes. After the Tang Dynasty Chancellor Zhang Juling carved out the more accessible Mei Pass ancient road, even more migrants poured into Shaoguan, gathering to form Juji Alley. And when the fires of war erupted again, more and more migrants arrived. People had to once again move south, all the way to the Pearl River Delta, the basins of the Xi River and the Moying River. The hardships of migration, time and time again, made them understand deeply that only by living together in clans could they survive in a strange new land. And so, they cherished their homeland and ancestors with the greatest passion, even organizing the World Cantonese Entrepreneurs Convention, spanning across time and space, to pay homage to their forebears. And this year's host city is Shaoguan, one of the 3 great ancestral homelands in China. Not only that, they also stubbornly held on to their local dialect. In the end, ancient Chinese and the native languages of Linnan were layered on top of each other and blended with various foreign elements, eventually crystallizing into the Cantonese language. If you don't believe me, listen to the Cantonese version of Bring in the Wine. Doesn't it have a special kind of flavor? With you, I'll drown the sorrows of 10,000 ages. 1,000 years of constant striving made resilience their heroic nature, and the new land was also reshaping their outlook on life. Linnan's mountains and forests were dense, its insects and beasts fierce. To survive, people used Chinese medicinal herbs like poria and talc to boil water and prevent miasma. Later, it was passed down through generations, improved into the daily beverage known as herbal tea. The hot and humid environment diluted the strict etiquette of the Central Plains, making the casual attire of flip-flops and t-shirts the favorite style. You think this is just a flip-flop? Oh, it's so much more than a flip-flop. It's comfort, it's freedom, it's soul. It's an all-terrain running shoe. And when necessary, it's also the handiest weapon, the bane of cockroaches. 1,000 years of trials have made them bold and uninhibited. And as the mighty Pearl River flows torrentially into the sea, they too were destined to make waves across the world. During the Ming and Qing dynasties, overseas trade developed rapidly as China's most important port, Guangzhou, became the starting point for the Cantonese people's voyage. This time, their goal was to traverse the 4 seas, and so, wherever they set foot, they would achieve something earth-shattering. In Singapore, Wu Fuqian went from being a merchant to the consul for 3 countries, China, Russia, and Japan. In France, Cheng Yushu broke through barriers, becoming the first at the Paris Bar Association, REGIST Chinese female intern lawyer. In Hawaii, Kunafong worked his way up from a laborer to become the king of Chinatown, and the fields they conquered extended far beyond politics, business, and academia. Today, the Cantonese opera The Flower Princess, mixed with rap, has topped the charts in dozens of countries. Netizens all over the world can say the phrase "realize your grand ambitions" while they roamed the world. They also carried the world back home. They brought back brand new ideas. In Honolulu, USA, a young man was struck for the first time by the advanced culture of the West and began to ponder the fate of ancient China. From then on, he embarked on the path of revolution. His name was Sun Yat-sen. They brought back advanced technology, building China's first airplane and constructing China's first independently designed railway. The Cantonese people truly supported and held up half the sky for modern China, and they still do today, from industry to urban construction, and onto arts and literature. In every field across China, their brilliance continues to shine brightly. Perhaps, in the memory of every Cantonese person, at the end of their village lane, stands an ancient banyan tree. Wherever its aerial roots fall, they take hold and grow into a forest. The roots of the Cantonese people were planted 1,000 years ago, deeply embedded in their first stop after crossing the Nanling Mountains. Shaoguan, open the family tree of most Cantonese people. It can still be clearly seen, which records their ancestral home as Juji Lane in Shaoguan. Here, they rebuilt their homeland and then set off for a new life in a new world. and this ancient city in northern Guangdong has always moved forward fearlessly with the Guangfu spirit. It remains the source of bountiful harvests, with 16 geographical indication agricultural products, safeguarding the daily meals of the Greater Bay Area. In a new role, it has become the largest computing power hub in South China. Data takes just 1.3 milliseconds to be transmitted to the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area. Alongside Shaoguan's ancient roads, the modern Beijing-Guangzhou high-speed railway and the Bay River shipping channel are also bustling with constant traffic. As for the Guangfu people, they have long since transcended the definition of a regional group. Following the ancient roads, the rivers, and the seas, they have journeyed to countless distant lands.